Hi guys. So I'm super excited to do this video, and this is the only time I have to do it because I'm super busy this week, but I had to come on and share what's been going on. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. So since my last video, I've been having dreams. The Lord's been showing me things. It's just been absolutely mind-blowing. And some of the stuff I don't understand, so you guys are going to have to help me out if you can with it. So I'm going to go back to the last video that I did. I forgot to mention a dream that I had. I've had quite a few dreams, you guys, but this one I had probably 2 weeks or so before the video I did last. So in this dream, you guys, it was really short. All my dreams were pretty short. I was walking up to this big white house, and there was a bunch of people in the yard. There was a bunch of people on the porch. And as soon as I got up on the porch, this girl comes up to me and she says, "I have a really big surprise inside for you." And I was just like all excited. And we went in, and there was a bunch of people in the living room. And I remember seeing a bunch of our YouTube brothers and sisters. And all of a sudden, Amanda Christian had come through this big wooden door, and we locked eyes, and we were so excited to see each other. We just started jumping up and down and just hugging each other, and we kind of pulled back from each other, and we looked each other in the eyes, and we were just like, finally, like it's time to go home. Like I knew in the dream we were all gathering, all us brothers and sisters were gathering to finally leave. And that's really all I remember of the dream. You guys, I'm sure most of you guys know Amanda Christian, but since both of us have started YouTube, I think we both started doing YouTube about the same time. I started, I think, February of 2017. So it's been about a year and a half or so. And I think I've been subscribed to Amanda since about that time. But we've just had so many similar dreams and visions and words from the Lord and stuff. And I just feel like I'm with this with all you guys as far as waiting for Jesus and the rapture and watching for the signs and everything else. But with Amanda, it's just I've had so many dreams of her, and I know she's had dreams of me, and just our dreams are just so similar. And you guys, honestly, haven't been on YouTube since like March, April, and I just feel so much better not being on YouTube. I've just been spending more one-on-one time with the Lord, and you guys all know about Mike's heart attack and the things that we've been going through this summer. So just with the business and everything, I'm just so super busy, and all these dreams and visions. I don't know what's going on, what other people are receiving. And so, again, guys, if you can help me out with what I've been getting, if anybody else can confirm what other YouTubers are getting, that would just be so awesome. A lot of things are coming back to me, and one of them is the number 69. And you guys, the Lord has been showing me 69 for a long time now. When I believe it first started with me, when I first started having my dreams and stuff about the number 69, I had the dream. I'm not going to share the whole thing, but the Minnesota Twins game, and my dad, which I believe represented Jesus, was sitting in the section 69, and right by it was an exit sign. And then Kanika Rich's daughter had said that, I think she was only 3, 4 years old. She said that Jesus told her that he would be here before her birthday, which was June 9th. And so that was another 6-9. And I thought, this is it. This is it. We are definitely going home before June 9th. Well, we're still here. And so I thought, well, maybe, with Israel back then was 69, and then Israel turned 70 May 14th. So after June 9th came, then it was like, well, maybe the Lord's pointing to something else that has to do with 69. Maybe it's not the 69th year, but something else. But I just kind of put it in the back of my head, and not really thought about it anymore. But you guys, the last month, he's just been showing me it over and over and over, and I'm just like, what is with the 69? I don't understand. Well, last week I had a dream. I want to call it a vision. When I don't necessarily have a dream, I just call it a vision while I'm sleeping. If I just see something that's 5, 10 seconds long, then to me it's a vision. But I was sleeping, and so in this vision, I opened up an envelope, and it was a bill, and I'm not sure what kind of bill it was. I want to say a hospital bill, but I'm not sure. And the balance was $69,000. And on the bottom of that sheet was stamped in really big letters, and it was in a square, and it said paid in full. And that was my vision. And so when I woke up, I was just like, there's another 69. It was $69,000 paid in full. So my grandpa came to visit on August 9th, and he stayed um, about 3 weeks, and I took him back last Thursday. And you guys, I live in Montana, and he lives in Grand Forks, North Dakota. So as we were driving through North Dakota, I see what you guys are seeing on the screen. Home on the Range, 69 years. And I'm just like floored, and I'm just like, whoa. So I'm going 80 miles an hour, and it was like just right there. And I couldn't slow down to stop and take a picture. So I took my grandpa home, and I stayed 4 or 5 days, and then I couldn't remember where this was specifically on the interstate. And so on my way back home to Montana, I just kept on looking over my shoulder, trying to find this hill that this was on. And so I knew it was roughly, between the borderline to Bismarck. Bismarck's halfway through North Dakota. So after Bismarck, I just started looking, and then I finally thought, well, I'm just going to Google it and see if there's any pictures or where it's at, roughly. And what I came across was it's a Christian, I believe it's like a resort or some kind of gathering together. I didn't really read into it because I was driving, of course, and but what I remember seeing was like this big log home, and then it had a big cross on it, and it was something about, like I said, like a Christian retreat maybe, or um, I don't know if it's like a Christian rehab place. I'm not sure. But the picture just like, whoa. Well, then I found out exactly where it was on the interstate, and one of the signs said home on the range, exit, whatever, whatever. And then I happened to glance over my shoulder, and there it was. So I pulled over to take the picture. So you guys, just 69. I have no idea what this means, and it's just driving me absolutely crazy. And like I've said before, the Lord shows me many, many things, and sometimes it takes months for understanding. But my gosh, it's been since like January, February that I've been constantly seeing this number. And then it was pretty much after Kanika's little girl's birthday on June 9th that I haven't really seen it up until, like I said, about a month ago. It's just over and over. Every place I look, on TV, in the paper, I mean, everywhere is the number 69. And then to have that $69,000 bill paid in full, and now this, home on the range, it's just kind of mind blowing to me. So you guys, I got so much to share here, so I'm going to just continue. Um, when I was with my grandpa, when we get into the end time stuff and the rapture stuff, we just really get on a roll. And one thing we were talking about was Obama. And he said that he's never seen a president ever in history, once they leave office, continue staying in the news. And he said he can never turn on the TV and not see Obama on the news, on anything. And I've told him in the past, I think it was last October, we got into the conversation about Obama, and I pulled up a bunch of videos showing him the proof that Obama is the Antichrist. And now I think he's really truly believing it. But he had mentioned that, yeah, it's just everywhere, and he knows it's the end times. He knows that it's coming. And I always refer to Revelation 17:11, where it talks about the five kings and the one has fallen, and you guys know that verse. So it brought me back to this dream that I had about Obama. One was this new show is starting, I believe September 25th. I'm somewhere around there, and it's called Amsterdam. And I was just like, what? Because you guys, 9/11's coming, and just all these things are happening right now in September, October, November. There's just so many things going on. And so the Lord had brought this dream back to me about Obama, and I don't remember the dream specifically. I can go back and look at the video, but what I do remember of it was I was a waitress in a restaurant, and Obama and another gentleman were in this restaurant, and I was waiting on them, and I don't know who the other guy was, but they were both dressed in suits. And then the table right next to them was a mom and her two kids. And they were all looking at their menu, and I went up to the table to take their order, and the little boy pointed to his menu and he said, "What is this?" And it was in the drink menu, and it said Amsterdam. And I said, "Oh, that's ginger ale." And again, after I woke up, I really didn't understand that. And I saw another thing with the country Amsterdam, and I was just kind of looking at that, and just there was just so many things pointing to this Amsterdam. And now for the last couple of weeks they've been advertising that this new show is coming on, and it looks really really good. It's about like a hospital series, like Chicago Med or ER or whatever. And a lot of it has to do, I think, with the doctors going against like the insurance stuff. You know how you go to the hospital and they want some form of payment right up front. And so it's like these doctors are going to be rebel against the insurance companies in the hospital and stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure, but this really stuck out to me, and it reminded me of the dream. So after I took their order, like I said, it said Amsterdam in the menu, and then I said, "Oh, it's ginger ale." And then I went to Obama and I gave him the receipt, and he was writing in this black book, and he wrote $11.07. And that has never left me, you guys. And I had that dream, oh gosh, probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. I think it was the summer right before the presidency. And then it really stuck out to me back then because that was the day of the elections, was November 7th. So I was really getting my hopes up back then that that was the timing. So again, 11/7 comes and nothing happens, and I just stick that dream in the back of my mind. But for some reason, the Lord just brought that back to my memory. And um, so I'm going to move on to the next dream, you guys. I had a dream about, again, nuclear stuff, the end of times, just war and everything. And I've been having a lot of these dreams the last couple months. They're not scary or anything, but I just know that the Lord is saying we're getting very, very close to things happening, and hopefully the rapture happens before anything bad happens. But I do know that He's showing me things are about to happen. And like I said, just in the last couple months, that's been most of my dreams, is the end times. Not necessarily the rapture stuff, but the end time stuff, the bad things. And so in this dream, for some reason, you guys, a lot of my dreams, I live in Livingston, and I'm right north of Yellowstone National Park, about 40 miles. And in the middle between Livingston and the park is what's is what's called Paradise Valley. And it's just absolutely beautiful. It's breathtaking out there. And a couple of my dreams have been out there. And so in this dream, I was out in Paradise Valley, and all these fireballs, and I'm not sure what they were. I don't know if they were nuclear or coming from the sky or whatever they were. They were just huge fireballs coming and um, hitting and blowing up, and it was just kind of crazy. And I'm just looking up in the sky, and I see these three full moons in the eastern skies. And they were like boom, 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 right in a row. And they, like I said, they were big and they were full. And then I looked over in the western skies, and I saw two huge full red blood moons. Then I looked back into the eastern skies, and there was two moons added to the three. And the two moons were on the left side of these other three, and they were kind of dancing around. And so then there was a total of five, and then plus the two full blood moons. I'm not sure what that means either, you guys. I'm just getting it out there and telling you guys, maybe you guys can help me with this. I've had numerous dreams of blood red moons. So again, I'm not going to repeat it, but now I just had this dream. So today, or yesterday, I had a dream that I was out in the valley again. And this time I was in a house, and I was looking up in the sky, and the sun was going crazy. It was like, um, that pinball game, like the ball goes up and it just like goes everywhere, and you hit it and it just like everywhere. And that's kind of how the sun was. It was going in the east and shooting over in the north and shooting over in the south. It was just like crazy. And I was like, this is it. This is it. And for some reason, I kept on going back and forth into the house. And so I'd go in the house, and then I'd come back out, and then the sun would be still. And as soon as I would stand there for just a second or two, it would start going crazy again. And I did this about 3 times or so. And the last time I came out, the sun was in the southern sky, and then it shot as fast as it possibly could right above me, and then it came down. And the closer it got, it kind of got dimmer and dimmer. And then when it got into my sight where I could actually see, it became like a big tan tent, like a camping tent. And I was just like, what? And this tent lands in my yard. And this guy comes out, and he's all happy and giggly. And I'm just looking at him, kind of laughing. And I'm like, who are you? And he says, hi, I'm Mo. And I'm like, oh. And then he goes, so what's going on next? And then he pointed up in the sky, but I was underneath the porch and I couldn't see what he was pointing at. Um, but there was like these big podiums on the porch. And so, like I said, it was a big porch, and I couldn't see what he was pointing at. But then all of a sudden I started singing, "This is how we fight our battles." And I started clapping my hands way up, like almost like a jumping jack, how you do jumping jacks. I was clapping my hands, and I started singing the song. And I was started singing, I think, louder and louder, like I wanted it to be um, like everybody to hear me, and like kind of like in a baseball football game where they call it the wave, where they stand up and it just kind of everybody starts doing it. And that's kind of how I felt like I wanted it in the dream. I wanted everybody in the whole world to start singing this song. And then my dream ended. So today I looked up the name Mo. And you guys, it means delivered. So I was pretty excited when I saw that. Just all these things that are just wow. So the next thing, you guys, is all you guys pretty much know that I own an assisted living. And I've been doing this for many, many years. And before this, I was um, in home health and nursing homes and stuff. I've pretty much always taken care of elderly people my whole life. And I'll be 44 at the end of the month. So, gosh, since I was like 19, 20. So I've been doing this like 25, 26 years. Excuse me. But you guys, I have a very strong nose. It's like a hound. I can smell anything. And me being in the business that I'm in, I am very familiar with the smell of death. And with my residents, with anybody I've ever taken care of, when they get a day or two before they actually pass, you can smell death on their breath. And it's a smell that is like none other. You cannot mistake it for any other smell. And I got home on Monday from taking my grandpa home, and since then I have been smelling it constantly. And so you guys, just with the dreams and everything that the Lord's showing me and this constant smell, I believe he's telling us something's coming. You guys, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if we're going to be here to see anything. Like I said, I pray and hope that the rapture happens before anything terrible happens, but it's just getting crazy. And then what else I've noticed is on Google, I look up like headlines and stuff of the news, what's going on in the world, and just like the last couple weeks, there's not been one day really that's went by that there's not an article about the end times or the rapture or anything. It's just like every day. It's like they're really getting it out there. And I was just telling my husband too. I was just tonight actually just going on Google, and then I saw the story of the red heifer, that there was a red heifer born in Israel. So it was saying in over 2,000 years, red heifer born in Israel, the signs of the end days or something like that. I didn't really read it. But I was just like, wow, this is crazy. I mean, Google is even announcing that the rapture is soon. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. And another thing that's been popping up left and right is Will Smith. And if you guys remember, I had that dream about Will Smith. I don't remember when, but um, about seeing him on a broadcast, like the news broadcast, and it had a picture of Will Smith, and it said, Will Smith dead at the age of 49. Well, like all of 2018, he has been constantly on Google, and just, it's, I think they said he was like the biggest Instagram person um, out there. And so I know when I see Google on Google, I just see him all the time. And now I'm only bringing this up because he's still 49 years old and he turns 50 on September 25th. And I know he had this big skydiving event going on. I don't know if he's already did it or it's a plan for his birthday. I just don't remember, you guys. I have so much on my mind just with the end time stuff and what's going on with my husband and just so many other things that are going on in my life. It's just absolutely crazy. But you guys, I just wanted to come on and share what I believe the Lord is just showing me. And another thing is just a couple days ago, I had a vision. I was sleeping and I saw my grandma and grandpa sitting at a kitchen table, and they both were smiling ear to ear. And my grandma passed away. It'll be 6 years on the 13th. And my grandpa's still with us. He's 90 years old. But in the vision, they were both smiling ear to ear. And then my grandma just kind of waved her hand like a come on motion. And so I woke up from that, and I was just so super excited. I just love when I get visions or dreams of my grandma. I just miss her so much. And that's just one reason I just desperately want to go home. I just miss all my loved ones. And the biggest reason I just want to go home to Jesus. I just want to go home. And you guys, I can feel it. I can feel it with everything in me that we are just on the brink, you guys. We are on the brink of going home. And um, so if you guys have anything to add or share with me, I would just absolutely love it. Because I just don't have time to do the YouTube thing anymore. And honestly, I'm just feeling so much better because I'm spending that personal one-on-one time with the Lord. And since all this has been happening with Mike, it's just, it brings you closer to everything. It's just an eye opener. And speaking of Mike, he's just doing absolutely wonderful, you guys. We are set up for surgery on September 27th. So I just ask you guys just to continue lifting him up in prayer. And I know you guys are. He's feeling amazing, and he just won't slow down. And I'm just like, honey, you still have 4 clogged arteries, just wait until you have surgery. You'll have a brand new heart, basically, and then you can go crazy with all the things that you need to do. But right now, it's not, you know, number one priority to get this done and that done. And he's just one that can't sit down. And he loves our people, our clients, and he needs to be working. He needs to be doing something. But I don't see any signs of him like he was before his heart attack. He was always tired. He was just looked miserable all the time. And now it's like just that stent alone has made such a huge difference. But it is such a miracle that he had been having multiple heart attacks this whole last year. And then when he did actually have his heart attack, he had been having it for 3, 4 days. But the doctor said that he was strong enough, and um, his body was strong enough to uh, like make new arteries, new little arteries. And that was enough blood pumping in those little arteries to keep his heart going. And I don't think if they would have formed, and I believe with all my heart that that was God. God um, made those arteries. It was just absolutely crazy how the doctor described it. But if if that wouldn't have happened, you guys, I truly believe Mike would have probably passed away. Just 4 or 5 clogged arteries, and they're not even sure, it could be more than that, but the surgeon said definitely at least 4. So if you guys can just again just lift him up in prayer and ask for God to watch over him and hopefully heal him, and where they open him up and there's like nothing wrong with him, his heart just looks brand new without surgery. That's just a miracle in itself, just to a testimony to just even the doctors and nurses that'll be working on him. So those are what I see. Like I watch like Mark Ekawami. He always has like the people that go out and pray for people, and they're just healed right then and there, and it was by the hand of God. It's just he just loves us so much, you guys. He just loves us so much. And obviously Mike's meant to be here for a purpose. And I believe one is, to join me in the rapture, you guys. It's just, you guys, we're not just waiting for him anymore. It's not Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming soon. We're going home. We're on waiting time right now. I truly, truly believe that. And in my last video, I said borrowed time. That's what I had been receiving. We are on borrowed time, and I just feel right now we are just playing the waiting game. We are just waiting. There is no more to do here. Of course, continue preaching about the love of Christ and the rapture and all that's going on, but as far as worldly things, no. You guys, we have medical bills that are going to be coming in, and I'm not worried, not even a little bit about it, because I know in my lifetime I'm not going to be able to pay them off, and I don't care, because I know that the Lord's coming and I'm not going to worry about it. I thought about it in the beginning, like how are we going to pay these, and I'm just, I just felt sunk at the time of all this and worrying about, the surgeries. Like Mike's surgery alone, I think was, the lady at the office had Googled it. We had Googled it, and it was like 117,000 for just heart surgery, and that's not including all the other medical bills. And it's just like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? But you guys, I don't care if it was $17,000. We're going home. So if you guys are, I just want to encourage you with this. If you guys are going through things, financial things, or relationship problems, you guys just hand it over to the Lord. Don't worry about the worldly things. And you guys got to remember, Jesus loves our family way more than we do, and he's going to watch out for them. And as long as we continue and pray and sow those seeds, God is going to take over. And like I said, we do what we can, and the Lord will do what we cannot. So we just have to trust in him and believe in him. Believe in his word, you guys. Just believe in his word. And God is not a liar. He will not lie. He will not fib even a little bit. His word is truth. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And this is such crucial timing right now. We are at the very cusp of going home. You guys, oh my gosh, we are on the cusp of going home. Get excited, get ready. I know you guys are all ready, but you know what I mean. Just don't stop sowing those seeds no matter what until we take our last breath here. Do not stop sowing those seeds to whoever. Don't pass anybody by without saying something. Oh my gosh, I'm already on 33 minutes, you guys. I think I pretty much covered it all. I look forward to reading your comments. I'm sorry if I can't get back to all of them, you guys. I'm just really, really busy right now and just getting everything in order. We're just a couple weeks away from going into surgery, and that's going to be a long recovery. And oh my gosh, I just hope the Lord comes now. I don't know when Feast of Trumpets is. I don't know exactly, the Day of Atonement and all that stuff, but those are very, very high watch times. Very, very high watch times. Anyways, I'm not just going to keep on talking here, but I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Take care and God bless.